welcome to my channel, all new viewers, and hi to those of you returning. I'm updating some of my home video equipment and looking at the long history of filmmaking. We will look at the tripod stands. They have been used for centuries up until now. I saw the camera and stand merge into one device called camcorder. Then the shoulder mounts and handheld grips for home recording became popular. By the 70s, the metal case 35mm film on reels was redeveloped by Kodak. Sony developed a 12.7mm VHS reel/tape camcorder. I tried to find some of them, but I couldn't. There came the 8mm Handycam, also developed. And then there was the tapeless camcorders. Drop a comment and fill me in if you have any information about the development of the tapeless camcorders. These devices were awesome. I got the hand-gripped VHS home recorder for my family in 1991. It and its reel tapes were transformed by the year 2000. When the connectivity requirements and computerized technology, the USB emerged. I wanted in on that. So I got my second video recorder that fit in the palm of my hand. The flip camcorder, a large shutter, single lens, microchip with 2 gigabytes of internal storage, flip out USB for charging, and PC/TV casting. 25 years ago, the grandfather of the smartphone. Okay, here is another example of the Mino and its recording capabilities. It's recording at about, I'd say, 10, 20 feet away, and you see the screen, and that's what you actually kind of see. The buttons illuminate plus and minus, and they illuminate, and they're very fast, they're very responsive. Okay, plus is up, you see, and that's what you're recording. The lighting is actually better on the camera than what my little black magic camera is picking up. Amazing. Amazing little job. I find myself revisiting this flip phone. I have so many things that are so cool about it that I just couldn't resist sharing them on YouTube. Now here I've gotten into the memory. We've got all sorts of forward, play, plus, minus, trash, fast forward. The only thing about it is that it is manual, so I'm going to be stopping and starting the reels on this to make the adjustments. What I'm about to attempt to do is to go ahead and show you how the files are stored. This is the playback, and what you'll see on the small screen of the flip phone. It has audio too. I'm going to have to stop and make some adjustments on my camera because I've got a lot of snow, and that means my actual Believe it or not, I have footage from years ago. Right now, the flip phone is showing that I have 1 of 3 videos, so it stores your videos. This is a picture of my little kitty cat from years ago. Okay, people, make sure you get a TV with USB connections. The old USB-A connections are really still handy. They are making so many devices and monitors now without the old connections that our poor devices of ancient time have become so dysfunctional, and it's not the word dysfunctional, disabled, because we have no way of connecting them. So what I want to show you here is that you can connect it. Good thing about these televisions, got a power button here on the back. We can turn it on and off. Yeah, sorry about the dust. Sorry about the dust. Everybody's television may be different. From this one in particular is a Philips, and when I plug in the USB-A flip, come to the front screen, you go to your setup and you will find flip USB drive. Then you'll tap that, or you will, with your remote, push OK. Okay, I just wanted to show how you can connect this dandy little flip phone into a PC. The flip phone, of course, is part of our old history in filmmaking. This PC particularly has the USB-A, which they was calling it at the time 2.0. You can see where you've got your connections. On the front panel, I prefer to use the front panel of this PC because it's just easier access. Here, I was very upset that my technicians had my wiring covering one of my ports. I had a internal hard drive exchange, and I wanted more storage, and when they repaired it, this is what I came home with. I didn't even take it back to them to redo it because I didn't trust them anymore. But here also is your 2.0. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and power on everything with the PC so that you can see. We can get a nice view. Yeah, I've had these things probably as long as I've had the flip phone. I don't throw out too much of anything that's of value. The downside to connecting your flip phone to your PC is that it doesn't allow you to see the front-facing camera because it's sideways. Boy, this has got a huge magnetic pull on it. When you connect your flip phone to your PC, you're looking for your 2.0. That was the number that we had for USB-A. You want to push down that flap so that you can get in there and connect to your computer. You know, the thing about these laptops, that's why, you know, things have changed so much that they don't even hardly have any way of connecting little cute devices like this anymore, unfortunately. Now, let's go around here and see what we've got on the PC. And, yeah. You see a flip phone pops up. Do you want to scan and fix it? You might have a problem with some of the files it says. scan and fix the problem or continue without scanning. Yeah, let's just go ahead and continue without scanning because, yeah, I just don't want to deal with any problems. My pen is not sensitive here, so I've got to go ahead and get a little old-fashioned. Now I've got all my options to play. Add to the file, copy. It wants to connect to some of my other software, but all I want to do is just play. I don't want to import anything. So a smaller screen pops up. Okay, you can see here how the flip phone easily connects to the PC when you've got the right connection. This thing is just awesome. It hasn't failed me yet. Yep. There he is. There's my old buddy. Yeah. He got a new home. But yeah, this is just a demonstration of the flip phone. His name was Walker. Now, new stabilizing arms by big brand name companies sell for big bucks. You've got to choose a stabilizer based upon the type of camera, connectivity, total weight, and its purpose. Just saying though, the gimbal's A1 tracking sensors are the ideal option for a single filmer in 2025. That arm acts like someone else is doing the recording. A single user operates it by hand gestures. But for no extra money, I use my mic boom scissors arm to stabilize my camera for motion filming. I can get vertical, horizontal 350-degree rotations and panning just by using the arm's cage. Once my smartphone is in the cage, I can wire the phone for power when needed. This is a manual arm, of course, and allows me to film my subjects. With camera adjustments, a selfie can be accomplished. So front and back camera lenses can be used as needed. I will show you how to use this stabilizing arm. Then I will show you the camera's footage that I got during the process. The equipment was an A15 Samsung Galaxy, iPad Mini 6, Pro T-43 shock mount, the scissors boom arm for desktop. I will also include some information about precautions. And as usual, I have one link that will be at the end of the video in the description box, and there you can find more information and a dialogue about this video. So I'll thank you in advance for watching, because I'm going to be shutting down this video really quickly as it is extra long, and I wanted to get all of the footage in here that I could regarding my new setup. Okay, here is the cage, and I wanted to just show you a few precautions. As you can see, I've got my camera set up. This is not the one I normally use. I normally have one that has a case around it so that it fits more snugly, but I just wanted to show you how easily you can put your camera inside this cage in and out without any problems. However, there is one precaution that you really need to be aware of, and that is this right here. This attaches to the arm. It is the cage, and as I had mentioned before, you can loosen this screw to get your 360 5-degree rotation. But I just want to show you, you got to be really careful about how many times you rotate. I've done like 3 rotations, and I would suggest that that's about as much as you should try and chance, because as you can see, the thread is very much connected to the cage by this metal screw, and once you go so far with rotations, you're basically loosening that screw, and your phone would become very unstable. So that's the precaution. I would suggest not more than, this is in the reverse, not more than 3 rotations. And even that, you've still got a lot of movement, so just be careful. If you're using the cage for 365-degree panorama motion pictures, be careful. I would say no more than, now you're okay, like 1, 2 maximum rotations, just to make sure that your cage doesn't end up falling on the floor with your camera. Today, I'm going to be using it as a camera boom arm, and I'm holding my handheld smartphone to do the recording. You can see there's a lot of jerking and movement and undesirable motions that I would probably need to either be editing out or clipping out or making some transitions. Now, I want to show you my camera setting and how it sits in this cage. I just think it's awesome that I can sit my camera in this cage and have access to my controls. Right now, that blinking light is saying that the camera is on pause, and so we're going to go ahead and start recording. Of course, everything is manual. We don't have anything hooked up to the arm to give us any remote, but it's really simple. I mean, all I'm just doing is just rotating the arm from left to right. So it's just a simple matter of just pulling the arm forward, up and down. As you can see, my junky recording session studio table. I've got my exposure set, so that will not change. And as I'm showing you how I move this arm itself up and down and getting the motion picture that I want on the camera, I have that flexibility now. Of course, there are all sorts of joints here that can be adjusted. We've got adjustment here that allows you to swing the arm like such. You know, I've seen some of the recordings of people that are doing recordings. They get down really low with their cameras to get the footage that they need. But I would suggest you use a boom arm. Look, I mean, it's getting really low, and I can just go ahead and do the same thing, and instead of struggling to get down low with my camera, when this boom arm attached to a desktop can do the same thing. And there you got really good close-ups, fantastic close-ups of motion filming. Well, that pretty much covers it. You know, like I said, I like the cage because it holds my camera just where I need for it to be. It's not going to fall out. And it's just my alternative for holding my camera rather than having to hold it by handheld. It's just a great idea. Like I said, this channel is just for ideas. And you can see we've got adjusted it here that allows you to swing the arm like such. You know, I've seen some of the recordings of people that are doing recordings. They get down really low with their cameras to get the footage that they need. But I would suggest you use a boom arm. Look, I mean, it's getting really low. And I can just go ahead and do the same thing, and instead of struggling, get down low with my camera when this boom arm attached to a desktop and do the same thing. And there you got really good close-ups, fantastic close-ups of motion filming. Well, that pretty much covers it.